Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Exciting, momentous occasion. We're back with Soviet Republic. I have very much missed it. It's only been a week or so, but I'm very excited to start again. Apply all the knowledge we learned in our last city, because it was only really one city, and see how far we can push it, really. So, starting a new game today. Random map. The settings will be different. We're gonna... Okay, so full disclosure. This week I've been practicing my workers and resources on hard, and I just can't crack it. I just keep running out of money, and then I get in a debt spiral. So we're going to be leaving that on medium. This is a player error, not a game error. We want always day, seasons on. This has remembered my settings. That's interesting. And yeah, same as before, except for buildings and vehicles with energy management. Let's see what... Oh, and here. This is also what I've been doing. No lakes, not a fan of lakes. A few more hills, a bit of extra height. Trees, fine, and all the rivers we can have. We're not building cities and roads. Anyone that saw my previous series will know that the issue I have with building cities is the fake statistics that you get for people that aren't in your city. You get the statistics for the people that exist in the villages, and that skews the statistics for the people in your town. Unemployment, health, age, education, things like that. So everything we're doing today, everything you see will be built by us. Okay, this is our lovely blank canvas. Look at it. Quite nice, quite like it. Decent split in the river there on the little mini map. Looks good. I've had a whiz around, checked out some likely starting spots, and I think I've settled on here. God, I'm never going to pronounce that. If we look at the minimap here, we have coal just to the north, iron just to the east, a bit of oil to the east. I mean uranium as well, but we're away from uranium. So there's some resources within grabbing distance up here. So I'm thinking we haven't got a rail connection, but it's not the end of the world. There's better connections here actually. So yeah, maybe we'll set up in this area here to start with. Our first town will be here. So what I want to do is spend as little as possible, as little as humanly possible. We've got a decent stack of cash in the bank. Even so, I want to be starting off with dirt roads, you know, upgrading to gravel, that sort of thing initially. We'll have to build some buildings. We'll have to get our distribution set up here with a construction office, etc. And then the first few buildings today will be placed by spending dollars and rubles. But quite rapidly, I want to start building our own stuff. Yeah, so pretty self-explanatory. We'll see how it goes. If I make some mistakes, though, I've got the money to fall back on. The problem I had with... have I spent £125 in foreign manpower? I haven't done anything. The problem I have with hard mode is I'd run out of cash, and then I wouldn't have any cash to bail myself out, industries, etc. This is a much bigger buffer. You start with, I think, 1 million on hard and 200,000, so we've got considerably more cash to buffer my ineptitude, basically. So firstly, let's turn on the height. Oh, a height map. There you go. So I'm going to level out this area here. Have the road come through like this. So do road layout first. As I say, we're going to start with dirt roads. And I'm going to follow this contour line like this. Down round to about there to start off with. And then do some terrain altering and buffer that up against here. So coming out, yeah, like that. There you go. We'll waste dollars on this, I think. This should be okay with the rail connection. Yes. Coming round. I'll smooth all this out later. For now, we need a healthy area to build all our stuff. That looks good. That looks fine to me. So let's pull off a side road here. Oh, I don't think we even need that really. Pull this up here. Although I do want to know we can connect buildings. So we'll start with the first building. Make that level. Rather angle it nicely. That's fine. Something like this. Like that. Yes. Yes. And then come up to here. And then connect that to that. That looks good to me. The construction office first. I'll explain why I'm building things as I go, I think. No, I won't. I'll build it all, then I'll explain why. Only because I didn't know. And if I can impart some knowledge upon my wonderful viewers, I would like that. That would be good. Good karma for me. Medium distribution office can also go quite near this connection. Like so. Excuse me. We need a petrol station. Definitely. Go here. Then it's storage from here on out. So what I like to do is, so we need 4 worker buildings. We need the as I go. We need the concrete plant. That requires a handful of people. I can connect. That should be a problem. Yeah, no reason to. Right. We need the asphalt plant. Here, it's about the same size, which is nice and convenient. Try and keep those lined up. We need a heating plant and a fire station. So what I do, because these are the only buildings that require people, I get them as close together as possible and put a bus stop right outside. So we'll connect this via a bus stop. They need to remain. It's imperative that these remain, especially the heating plant and the fire station, occupied at all times. Let's do the road now. Quick, pull this down a bit, make sure it's reasonably straight. About there. Pull this across, like so. Connect, connect. Bus stop might even go in there, you know. Let's have a quick look. No, that was. Look how perilously close that is to working. It might do, you know. No, look at those 2 red dots. Never mind, we'll put it on the end. What else did I say? I've already forgotten. State infrastructure. Oh no, we want a mod for the fire station. Put a small fire station up here. It's alphabetical, it's not difficult. There you go. All these mods are in the description below. I update it as I go, so feel free to check out the collection I've created. Go there. And the last thing is the heating plant. Just a small one for now, which can go as a barrel building. Yeah, it's a bit jaunty, but it'll do. So the bus stop would have been perfect in between. I might try and squeeze it in there. Let's go with that. Even if it's a bit on the wonk. No, look at that. It needs to go this way, I think, for that connection to have a view. Autosave. I'm on a new... Oh, perfect. Right, so let all that build. I'm on my new PC. That's why there's a delay in this upload. I think normally I upload in the mornings. This is going out this afternoon. I had some teething problems and honestly had to learn a bit more about the game. So that's why. Let's get all this built and then we'll do the second stage, which will be storage, which will all be along here. In fact, there's reason to wait, is there? Let's do that as we go. Out to here, we want under this general storage, yeah. This one. I'll explain which ones we're doing and why we're doing it in a second. I can go there. Warehouse can go there. Not too worried about that rail connection, not yet. And then we need aggregate storage. Anywhere really. here. Right. The reason why we have built what we have built. So if I turn off and I am building with dollars, I'll pause it for a sec, and we build with resources, and I go to a house. A house. An house needs concrete, asphalt, steel, gravel, and prefab panels. All these things need to be stored here. What's a more complicated building? A radio station. Why not, right? Go big or go home. Is one of these? No. God, why did I pick that of all things? I obviously don't know where it goes. How is it not under state infrastructure? Because it's under culture. Right. That doesn't even need any more things. I'm looking. There you go. Right, television station. This big mamma jamma. You need gravel, steel, concrete, asphalt, bricks, electronic components. You get the idea. Every base resource needs to be stored here and will be stored here. So we'll go through first of all the warehouse. We want to limit the amount of things you buy. We don't need crops. We don't want chemicals. We don't want fabrics. We don't want alcohol. I'll explain why in a few seconds. And we don't want plastics. You don't want alcohol because, and I've only just realised this literally this week, it's not like alcohol need, it's alcohol addiction. Alcohol addiction is bad. In a few generations of having after your initial immigration bump, people won't be alcoholics, and this will be zero, and that's good. Your health will benefit, productivity will probably benefit. With religious sympathy, instead of trying to satisfy religion need, if you leave it, after a few generations, people will basically be apathetic to religion and not have the needs that they start with. So it's very useful. Instead of trying to keep everyone boozed up and happy, make them go dry, and in a few years it won't be an issue anymore. So that's why we do store these things in here. So food and clothes and electronics will all go to the supermarket. Electronic components and mechanical components will go to building sites. You just store gravel in here. Never need anything that's not gravel. This is the aggregate storage. In the open storage, we don't want aluminium, we don't want wood, and we don't want uranium oxide. All this we do want. And I believe that's it. The concrete will come from the concrete plant, the asphalt will come from the asphalt plant. A couple of these on here. And the people, the workers that the building construction office will need will come from our first town. And that's your basic setup. That's how you get going. So now for the vehicles that we want. So distribution office. You want a couple of these. This will provide, as I said, this will provide the town with food and clothing and such. This guy will keep the cement mixers going. A couple of dumpers, because you're going to want to move gravel around. Oil tanks for refueling petrol stations. These things move around everything else. Literally everything else. These are so useful. And a single refrigeration truck for meat, just for the town. These 3 slots, very useful if you find you're lacking in an area or you need to take things quite far away. You know, adapt as you need. But this is the bare minimum, spending as little as you have to. So you want to so distribution offices and how they work. There you go. You need to add connections to the distribution office. So we're going to start with the border. This is where we're going to load everything we need. You don't need to specify what they load up here because we've specified what they unload. They'll never grab something unless they have somewhere to take it. It's awfully clever. But if you want to fail-safe yourself, this is where you decide what they will and won't load up. I did have a situation where so I did this. I was exporting alcohol, so I had load and unload. But I also had a fuel station selected, which I wanted to load from for the fuel. So I thought my little oil tanker guy will head there, load up with fuel from the petrol station, and take it to the nearest construction office. No, he was going to here, loading up with petrol, going to the petrol station, unloading the petrol, going and then loading the petrol back up again, running it to the border, and selling it again. So that's when you want to start editing, because there are some weird behaviours you can get, but for now it should not be an issue. But that was definitely one of them. We're not exporting anything, so I'll leave it unticked for now. We need to unload fuel to the construction office, warehouse, storage, blah blah blah. Storage will tend, well, every time I've seen it, to default to loads. So you need to make sure you're unloading on those. And as a visual indicator, which I also only recently learned, but this one I learned all by myself, is blue is picking up, green is dropping off. So there you go. A weird thing with the asphalt plant, it needs bitumen and gravel, but you can also take asphalt to it. So make sure you dictate here to not drop off asphalt. Asphalt. There's no H there. Asphalt. I mean, there is an H, but not where I'm putting it. It's not asphalt, it's asphalt. Alright, so that's that good to go. Need power supply as well. Let's do that in a minute. And then the construction office. Same thing. You need to go here for bits, here for bits, here for bits, and here for bits, and here for bits. Want a bus to pick up workers. Concrete mixer is very important. I like to have 2 of these, but I think we'll start with 1 for now. 1 bulldozer. 1 covered hole, because you don't need a hole, especially early on, mechanical components, but this carries the most, so we just stick with that for now. So here you have a choice. 70 kilometers an hour for 12 tons, or 35 kilometers an hour for 25 tons. So half the speed, twice the capacity. But gravel roads, no, mud roads only have a maximum speed of 35 kilometers an hour. So I'm going to upgrade these as quickly as possible. But for now, I think we're going to get this guy in. That is like twice, nearly 3 times as expensive. Okay, so rewind. For now, and going forward forever, we're going to use this guy. Because speed is more important. If you've got one of these trundling along a nice fast road, people will overtake them, but it just slows the whole thing down. Where are we? Dumpers. We need an excavator. We need open hole. I'm not going to bother with a paver. This is for asphalt roads, as is the roller. We're not quite there yet, or we won't be there for a while. A road crane, however, is very useful. For the sake of $2 grand, I think I'll go with the one that's 1 level lower. Also, I love the V3S, one of my favourite trucks, ridiculous trucks. And that's it for now. 2 empty spots, so I'll get a second bulldozer. Use this with 1. Also want to turn off auto purchasing, so let me do that very quickly. Best way to do that for every building going forward is to find the gas station over here. Turn that off. Now every time you build a station, or a building rather, that comes with resources, you won't get them. I want to do the same with what I remember. Residential areas, I don't want any residents, not yet. We want to dictate that ourselves. So I've forgotten the road depot. I always forget the road depot, but that doesn't really matter where we put that or when we put that, but I'll probably just tuck that on the end here. Let's do it now. Like, probably that, so it can get to town. I'm not sure if it needs power, but we'll make sure it's connected. Like, there you go. That, to me, that's a pretty pleasing starting area. I recommend, if you're going to try and play it the way I'm going to try and play it, which is, at some point I'm going to manually upgrade all these roads to gravel, and having these dead ends is very useful, because if I'm upgrading this section here, let's say I'm upgrading this section here and this section here, no one can get to the areas you need to, so you need access roads. So instead of leave yourself gaps, leave yourself some quite sizable areas that you can run roads down, or leave yourself some dead ends like I have. Don't love dead ends, they'll go eventually. They'll go on the second pass of the roads. Let's quickly build this up with dot hairs. Boom. Right, so they're now going to go pick up some stuff. He's going to go pick up some electronics. He's going to pick up some mechanical components. We have the risk of a fire, so I'm going to leave it paused until we've got the basics of a town sorted. The fire will be a nightmare, quite frankly. Oh, and electricity. Well remembered, team. Well remembered. We'll try and sneak that in here. Reckon we can get an electric cable through there? I reckon we can get electric cable through there. Yeah. Easy. Boom. Right. Let's whiz that right up to the border. Cross over. And then this is a bit of a bugger, just that you can't cut across this bit. And then we can build that with go and start importing power. Okay, stage 1 done. This is everything you need to begin your self-sufficient town, I think, unless I've missed something out, but I don't think I have. Done it about 100 times and it's never gone much further than this. But this bit I'm really good at. So now our first town. Another pro tip I learned is the small heating plant has a range of 1,000 meters with its initial pump. So we're gonna do a measuring tool not from the point, just gives us a bit of leeway from further back, and make sure that this is 900-ish meters, so we can get to just next to the gravel. So I'll probably build my new town, to be honest, where this road ends. I'll square it off with the grid, and then build it there. So let's get the grid up, swing this round, gravel road, mud road round, so I can do that, some laying out. So heat exchanger will have to go pretty much there, that's fine. Let's whiz this along a little bit more. Where are we? Just above the line, out there. And then I want a bus platform right in the middle of town. Here, looks good to me. Boom. And then, I mean, the walking distance for mud roads is so short, so unbelievably short. I always get caught out with this bit. I'll put some residential buildings here, have a school over here, and they won't be able to reach it. And that's why the extra money comes in handy, because you can just quickly drop down a gravel path so that your whole town isn't destroyed. Basically, isn't useless. That's a shame. Quite connect. Another pro tip: if you want to create a connection point, so I want one in line with this dot here, which is this row here. If you stop there and then carry on, creates a snap node, which is exactly what you want for that. There you go, beautiful. So first things first. No, this is Pevsburg. We are renewed. There you go. 20th of March, 1960. Lovely jubbly. So the petrol station. Oh, actually, we do need a petrol station. The bus station is down. This can go on the outskirts of town, because that's where they live. Any DayZ players among us, you will know that's where petrol stations live, right there. I also want well, I need lots of stuff really, but I want to get the heat exchanger in early, so I'm going to put that. Such a big building. Wish it was smaller. I know I could use the small one, but no, this is just gonna do just a bit of what's the word? Redundancy. You can go on the end of this road actually. That won't be too terrible. Yeah. Then all the other things. So residential areas, food and shopping, small shopping centre. I like to go opposite this. People can get off a bus, run straight across, and buy everything they need. We then want a cinema, but I'm going to use a modded cinema. Small one, cinema Sojus. Let me know what that means in the comments below. I'm not an overly worldly man. That can go there. So currently I'm thinking residential areas north and south along here. We need a place for schools, kindergarten being the most important, so we'll make that central-ish. Yeah, if we put that there, and we have buildings here and here, they'll whip straight down that road. High school is less important, so that can go over here. Actually, yeah, it can. No, I'm going to put that here and have the road run up, I think. Yes. Yeah, I think so. I'll do the road first, though. Make sure we fit it in. Yep, easy. Easy. That's wonky, but never mind. School. Yeah, there you go, like that. Like that. So we have culture, food, etc. Schools. What else do they need? Sports. Mod. Sports areas. Gymnasium. Ooh, no. Gymnasium to me makes more sense than an indoor pool. I know of many gyms in my area. I know of no indoor pools. No, we might do the same thing here actually. If we pull this road across a little bit more. There. Pull this across to, again, doesn't matter, to there. Get the gym in here. Yeah, looks good. Run a road down. Good enough. I wanted that to be a bit jaunty. There it is. A bit, excuse me, jaunty, itchy nose. Right. Turn that off. Build everything. And then we'll place our houses. Make sure they're all in range. Compelling viewing, isn't it? Right. That is done. So now we go back to our distribution office. And we add some new things. We have to drop off stuff there. And that might be it. Yes, that is it, because I forgot to build a hospital. Ha! Which needs petrol. Not this small one, to be fair. This little one I'm about to build does not need fuel. We can go here. Yes. Substation can go... That shouldn't interfere with paths either, so we'll put that there. Run that just out of town. Using following the road. I like following roads. Again, if you watch my first series, you'll know I like following roads with power connections. I think everyone does. It's not a unique Pevsism. It's normal human behaviour for once. But the only normal human thing I do. Ha ha ha. Right. Definitely getting there. On the other side of the road. Ah, we can still go along here. This is not a compelling video. I might just whiz through this. So, tell you what, if you come back now and this is the first thing you're hearing, then that's because I sped forward the entire process of doing wiring. If not, then you know I didn't. Build that lot, there you go, it takes 5 seconds. And now, some residential areas. I think we'll try and get 2 in here and 2 in here for now. Let's look at what we want. What we want. Cost is a factor. I like to build these because the 94% quality is awfully good. But these are half the price. Not half the price, but considerably cheaper. Use more power, but it also fits in nearly 30 more workers. So we're going to go with the old favourites. And this back on. I think just back to back here. We're not getting citizens over on the right. Just double checking. Yeah, here. I'm not going to bother with the road connection. Emergency vehicles and construction vehicles can reach can reach places via paths. So as long as there's a path connection, you're good to go. Yeah, I'm just going to do the opposite, I think, like that. Quite like that. These ones probably do the same, to be completely honest. But maybe give that a bit of space, just a bit of room. And then, oh no. Oh, okay. How bizarre. Doesn't like going there, but it happily goes nearer. Huh. Well, they're not quite in line. Oh, it's that. That's what I want. That's so not in line. But you get for not flattening the area, I think. I think I should have flattened this. That looks good enough. Yeah, I wanted to go up one, but it won't go up one. Oh well. In you go. Build that lot. So how flat are we here? Oh, not terrible, to be completely honest. Yeah, they could have done with a bit of flattening, but that's okay. We're going to be working our way this way anyway. And let that build. Done. Turn off the overlay. Using overlays a lot more now as well. If you don't like this brown stuff, and who does, if you press N, it gets rid of it. See? Just keep pressing it until it goes away. Boom, 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 boom. Nice and tidy. And I think that is going to wrap up today's episode, guys. So next time... Oh, actually, yeah, so what I need to now do is... I'll do this between now and the next episode, is fill up all the... these buildings with supplies. So I need food, clothes, electronics, petrol, etc. So what I did there was clothes and electronics go down at a snail's pace, whereas food whizzes down quite quickly. So I have a 63% and then 18 and 18 split on that. Just, you know, your mileage may vary, but that's how I do it. And it is linked already to the distribution hub. Is this one? No, you see there, I need to go like this. Make sure petrol gets in. So I will fill this up with stuff between now and then. Between now and next episode, I'll finish filling up these places. So there's no gravel, there's no steel, there's nothing. It's going to take a while. And then we'll get some citizens in and plan our next moves. I want to move quite early towards some form of exports. Probably farms, because it's very low... what's the word, dependency on workers. I'm going to only get in probably 100 people in these 4 buildings, and then that's it. Then we're going to be relying on organic growth, which is nice. Means that, you know, when these fill up, build a new house instead of going mental and having unemployment issues, etc., etc. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Maybe a farm down here might be quite good. Not going to export crops, might do alcohol, might do fabric and clothing, which I gather is the best thing to do. But there's a huge coal deposit just the other side of this hill, so maybe we'll start early on coal, which means power, which means steady old income. But that is it for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you are going to enjoy this journey. Hopefully it will be a bit more interesting than the last series. And we're learning as we go, as always. But yeah, please leave a like, feel free to subscribe, and take care. I'll see you next time.